What is a subnet mask? Now, subnet mask, this is used for two purposes. First is, this is used to differentiate between the network ID and the host ID. We will take the example of this. So we have 135.70.10 separated by dot. Now normally the networking guys, they put a slash and number. So for example, /8, /24, /32 like this. What does it mean? 16, etc. That means the number of bits which are 1. So 8 bits, that means the 8 bits are 1, others are 0. That just means like that. And then you can easily decipher or find out what are the bit sequence of an IP address. Now the subnet mask is used to differentiate, as I said, the network ID and the host ID of a given IP address. I'll show you how. The default subnet mask of each of the classes are already there. It is known: class A, class B, class C. Class A is 255.0.0.0. Similarly for B, C, 255 will be increased. There is one more task of subnet mask. The subnet mask, I'll just come to that. Let me explain the first part. Let us say we have an IP 135.70.1.0. Now, how to know the host ID and how to know the network ID? In order to know the network ID, what do? We use the subnet mask, and this is 135. As you know, this is a class B. This is class B. So what do? We just AND it with this class B subnet mask. So 255.255.0.0, which is the class B subnet mask, we just AND it. So and what will happen? See, you will get, because 255, this is 1111, so you will get 135. Similarly 70, the 1 will become 0, the 0 will become also 0. So this part is your network ID. This is how you get network ID. Similarly, you can get the host ID. Okay. Now, the basic thing is that you have to go to the network, then only you can go to the host, that is the computer. That is how the subnet mask will help you. First, it will tell you this is the network, and then it will tell you this is the host. So network ID and host ID without subnet mask, very difficult. Okay, the second very important thing about subnet mask is dividing this network. A subnet mask is a way to divide an IP network. For example, you have an admin department, or say a stores department, or any other department you can say. We want to divide the admin and the store department differently. We want our main network to be divided into two parts. You can divide it into multiple parts like the area code of your phone number. So subnet masks are used in network to split them into two or more subnetworks, making them easier to manage. It is easier to manage admin and store department rather than having only one IP for that. So whenever the packet will come, see here, whole of the network is only known by 135.70.10. We are logically dividing it. So these are the two parts we are going to divide it. How to do this, I'll just tell you. But please remember, it is easy to manage these parts, or even you can go a bit further. You can also divide these parts again. So this IP will remain same, IP won't change. For the outside world, this whole network is having a single IP, which is 135.70.10 dot separated. So what we will do here is, these two parts we have to divide. So the first three, the octet, you will never change. So what do you do? Because the last one is your host ID. So that is your network. That is your host network basically. So network is identified by the first 3 bit. So what you will do is, you will put 00000 8 times. You will fix this 0 for the first part, first subnet. That is the admin department. And for the store department, what you'll do, you'll keep the first 3 octets like that, 135.71. Now, wherever we have put 0 fixed, we'll fix 1 here, and then we'll not put all zeros. So only 2 parts. In this way, you can divide multiple times. So now, which IP belongs to which subnet? See, 135.70.1.0 is the starting IP of the admin department. 135.70.1. How much is this? If you this is binary. If you compute it in the decimal, it will be 128. So the admin department, the IP will start from 135.70.10 and it will end till what? 135.701 and 127. Similarly, the stores department will start from 135.70.128 and what will be there? 136.71 till 255. The first and last you cannot use. First is to identify your subnet and the last one is for the broadcast. So this is, how many numbers are there? Just subtract 2. That is the usable IPs you can have.